Hi everyone, welcome to Libas Divinity Live. For those of you on my YouTube channel, welcome. For those of you on my Facebook, welcome. And if you're on my YouTube channel, subscribe. If you're on my Facebook, follow. Thank you everyone for all the love and support. And for the donations and for all the referrals, you guys are freaking great. So my friends, this is going to be a video about manifestation, and it's going to be a video really about how I use the law of attraction, how I have manifested things. And I wanted it to go into manifesting something that I manifested but didn't manifest it the right way. And you'll probably be like, oh, Lily, but you manifested this. But the reason why I want to talk about that is because I want people to know what not to do. Because I feel that is something that will help people. And I want to, I'll probably make another video about reasons why people are not manifesting things, and they've been trying to manifest things for years. But I will say about like certain things that I have manifested, and I'm going to talk about how I manifested a house. And I spoke about that before. I don't remember, it was a manifesting video I did a long time ago. But and I'll tell you about another thing that I manifested. How I manifested a house was a weird thing, because I manifested this house when I didn't know nothing about the law of attraction. I started learning about it after I manifested the house, when I was to the point of losing the house, which is crazy, because I'm gonna make I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the other video out about my awakening state, because I think I was a little bit all over the place, but we'll see. I'm gonna listen to it. But I say in that video about that, you have to go through something before you go through the awakening state. But with me manifesting, I manifested this house in 2004. I manifested this house after a breakup. And I've spoken about this breakup in other videos. And it was funny because I had so many things against me, people. I had no money to buy a house, okay? This was something that was in me, that I wanted a house, that, I was supposed to buy this house with this person, but then we broke up, and I don't think he even thought I was going to get a house. He thought I was just going to rent after that. And I said, no, I want a house, and I will get a house. So this is one of the things about manifesting, feeling it that it is yours already, okay? And visualizing it that it's yours already. And what happened with me with this house, this was a foreclosure home, okay? And I just was looking for homes, and I got someone that was helping me with the loan process. It was my first time buying, so I should have never, when you think about this, I should have actually never been able to even get the loan that I got. But this is when people were just giving bad loans in 2004, around that time. And I ended up getting someone that told me that I can get a HUD home. Well, this was a HUD home, but I can get a first-time homeowner. So I was able to, to swindle that, but you have to have a 3%. I didn't have they told me I had to have at least $3,000. I didn't have that, but I was fighting a case, a child support case for my daughters in New York, and there was at least $5,000 in New York. I didn't even know how much it was that was over there. I was just betting on that it would be enough for me to have $3,000. And I went through it to try to even get that money transferred from New York to Connecticut. Okay, people? But I kept on. I kept believing. I kept seeing myself. And the funny thing is that when I saw this house, this is another reason why I love December and Christmas. And I believe that anything can happen, because it happened for me, people. I didn't have anything at that point. I didn't have money in the bank. I pretended and acted like I did. It was Christmas time, and I saw online a house that was for sale, and they told me like where to look for it, and I saw it was somewhere in in South Meriden, which was a better part of Meriden. I live in Connecticut. People know what I'm talking about. And it was a 4-bedroom, a HUD home. I didn't know what HUD home meant. I knew it was certain things that could happen bad in this house, you know, and things not work, and I get stuck with it. I didn't care. I didn't care, people. I wanted a house. So I went to the house, to make a long story short. I went to the house on Christmas Eve. There was a storm. My friend took me to this house in this storm. The realtor came out. She was a very good realtor. She was a hustler. She came out with half her hair done, looking crazy. She said, hey, you want to see the house? Let's go see it. I got some time. I was like, okay. So I went to see this house. I wasn't too sure about it, but the feeling I got from the house was that it was lonely. See, I was already picking up energy then and didn't know what I was doing. And I remember thinking and talking to the house and saying, because I felt like a presence of something there. And I said, you know what? I said, I think all you need is love. And if I can get you, I'm going to put love in you. And it was all the room I needed. 4 bedrooms, I had 3 kids, basement, nice. Well, the deck was green because the people that lived there lived for 10 years and didn't do anything to it. I didn't care about that, people. I didn't care about the siding was old, okay? It was just a mess, people. I don't know what I was thinking when I look at this house. When I looked at it after the way it looked, I didn't know I was going to get this money to fix it. I just knew I wanted a freaking house, and no one can tell me differently. Well, I went and put 2 bids in on a few days before Christmas Eve. I put a few, was it on Christmas? No, it was Christmas Eve. I put in a few bids in, and it was like 90-something thousand I put in for it. I didn't know what my percentage was going to be. I just put it in. She told me, okay, we'll put this much down, that we're going to bid on it for this much, but you have to have a $500 check, Lily, for a deposit, because they have to see that you're serious. People, I showed them right out a check that I didn't have. I didn't have the money in my account, but I knew I was going to get paid at a certain time, and I will probably have it if anything happened. And she told me, all you need to do is just show this check. So I did it. I gave her the check, knowing there was no money in there. Sometimes I think, what would have happened, you know, if they would have wanted the money right then and there. But I believed it. When I went through the house, my kids were even picking out rooms and stuff. When I first saw it, in the same day that we saw the house, I went to bid on it. She said, you need to do it fast because there are contractors that may want this house. And I remember thinking to myself, no one's going to get this house. If this house is for me, and that's another thing. With the law of attraction, my friends, when you're manifesting things, you cannot let anything in the physical disturb your focus, okay? And get in the way of how you see things, because it'll screw everything up for you, okay? I had no fear with this. I didn't know what the law of attraction was. All I know was that I always felt like if I want something and I put my mind to it, I can have it and I don't care. And that's what I did. I saw myself in this house. I saw, even it was falling apart, people. It was a hot home. I saw myself in the process of everything with that house. Like, when we went on the same day, Christmas Eve, saw the house, I saw myself there. We made the bid. I gave the $500 I didn't have. 2 days later, I remember it was after Christmas. The day after Christmas, this woman calls me, the realtor, and goes, Lily, we got back an answer. And I said, okay. And she said, you won the house. And I thought, holy shit, what am I going to do now? So it's almost like, for me, it was like seeing if I can accomplish it, seeing if I can do it. I like a good challenge. I'm an Aries, people. And even when I went to the house and the inspector came, so many things could have went wrong, people. I had no money to even fix it if something went wrong. And I said to myself, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be perfect. I saw myself with the paint. And let me say, I painted this whole house. And I actually did all the siding. I waited a year because someone told me I had a lot of help. That's another thing. When you're manifesting things and you're seeing it in your mind's eye and you're living, breathing it, and that's the way I was with this house, okay? And didn't know that I was manifesting it into my life. But the thing was that I should have manifested it in a different way, because then I had problems after. This is why I'm making this video, people. For those of you to understand that have been trying to manifest things or manifested something, but it was a mess after you manifested it. And this is what happened to me. After the house, I got the house, everything started going wrong in this house. It was a HUD home. It wasn't a new home. I started getting leaks in the windows coming in because of the siding, because of the gutters, the sidings it was horrible. You can tell there was asbestos, okay, on this. The deck was green, and someone told me, hey, if you don't power wash this deck, the mold is gonna eat into it. I had to do all of that, and the money just came because I believed it. Every time I had to do a project, I believed I can do it. I waited a year. I refinanced. No, I did an equity loan, and I did the siding. I found someone came to me that gave me a very good price, that worked where I worked. One of the girls came, which I don't know if you're seeing this, Marie. I love you always. One of my coworkers came and said, I do flooring, Lily. We'll get the flooring and we can get laminated, which will it'll look nice. I mean, it won't be great, but it'll look nice, and it'll fix the floors, because the floors were a mess, people, okay, a mess. And I ended up doing everything over in this house. The windows, the flooring, the deck looked beautiful after I power washed it, and then I went and stained it as well. And all these things I did to manifest it. Like, I manifested all these things, but things kept happening, and I shouldn't have been able to. When I manifested this house, I learned when I learned about the law of attraction, was that I should have seen the house in perfect condition. Not even that house. I should have seen a house that I wanted, me walking through it in perfect condition with no problems, in a beautiful location. Nothing had to be done to it, and say it over and over to myself, these things, and say these affirmations. Oh, I have my beautiful house, my beautiful 4-bedroom house in wonderful and beautiful condition, and that's a loving house. I should have said all these things, because let me tell you something. Once the house was fixed and everything, my kids were fighting all the time. I was fighting all the time with my kids. It was an experience, people. It was an experience. And I ended up at the end doing a short sale on the house. My son had to come and live with me to help me be able to keep this house over our heads until I could sell it and then get out of it. And after that, I manifested a townhouse, and that was a mess, because I still didn't learn, people. I still wasn't sure of the whole thing about the law of attraction. I didn't completely know. And I manifested a townhouse, decent neighborhood, and I had issues there too. I had issues with, once my children are left, I couldn't even afford it. And I should have said, even with the house, I should have said, thank you, universe, for my 4-bedroom, beautiful house in great condition that I can afford. House. And I should have said that every day and written it down. I'm so happy today I went into my beautiful house that was in perfect condition at a wonderful price that I'm able to afford and never be without, okay? I should have been saying these things to put my vibration at that level for it to come to me. But I was so in a state of wanting this, not caring how I got it, not worrying about how I got it, that yeah, it came to me. Oh yeah, it came to me, all right. It came to me with a lot of bills, my friends, okay, and a lot of headaches, you know. But I learned from that. That was a good experience for me, even though it was horrible at one point, when I was to the point of losing the house and didn't know what I was going to do and had to put it in short sale. And then the energy of the house was attached to me, wanted me to stay there, and I had to have a whole conversation with the house and tell it, you know, and it's my baby. I afterwards used to pass around just to look at it, because it was almost like a failure to me that I had to let this house go and all these things happen, because I felt that some people saw it as, you know, who does she think she is that she got this house, you know? She doesn't have money or this and that. And it was my baby. I passed around afterwards to see it after it was sold to a person that I knew was not going to care for it, you know. And I had to have a talk with the house. And after I had a talk with the house, I sold the house. And with a little help from St. Joseph also. Okay, that someone told me a little trick. But that's the whole thing about manifestation. I manifested a house that wasn't the right house, but it was a house that had to teach me a lesson. It had to teach me how to be able to manifest things, how to live in the end of things, but not be so rushed and so desperate. I was manifesting this in a desperate way, because almost like I felt that people thought I couldn't, and that was the wrong way. That was the wrong way. I had to, you know, bless my whole situation that I was in and leave it to the universe and say, this is what I want, you know, and see it in my mind's eye and write it down in a journal every night. Oh, I'm so happy this happened the way I wanted the day to be for myself. That was how I was supposed to do this. But I didn't know any better. And then I fucked up again, people, when I got the townhouse. But that's a different story. That was horrible. You know, so I like to say the story about the house, because that taught me everything when it came to manifesting. And I still didn't learn completely after, but now I always go back to that and always think to myself, you know what? I manifested that. I was able to manifest a house, and even though it wasn't right, the right house, I know I can manifest even something bigger than that, okay? And I can manifest the right house that I want, if I want another house. So you have to be very careful with how you speak what you want into the universe, my friends. You have to be very careful, and you know, you have to be very careful on how you want it. You shouldn't want it desperately, because that's almost saying that you can't have it. And this is one of the reasons why it's hard for people to manifest, also because we're conditioned to think that we are not able to manifest these things in our life, when we can. We can manifest the things we want in our life, but people tell us we can't. I was told so much by people, you can't do this. Are you nuts? You can't buy a house. You can't do this. You can't, you know, even when I got into my car, that was another manifesting. And I'm going to go through stages of different things that I manifest, so you guys can see how the progress I went through until finally I'm getting it, you know. And still now I have manifested things and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I know, oh, I was supposed to do it this way, you know. So yes, this is my video about manifesting and manifesting, how I manifested my house, what not to do. So don't do it in a rush or in a hurry. You guys may think, well, it's taking me so long, I want it tomorrow. Yeah, some people can manifest from one day to another, but something like a house, you have to really feel it. You have to really see yourself there. You have to really believe that you deserve it. You have to really unprogram yourself from And even manifesting anything, you have to unprogram yourself from what people have been telling you since you were a child, okay? Because since I was a child, people would tell me I couldn't do or be nothing, okay? That's another video that y'all ain't gonna even understand that. You're gonna be like, what? Yes, yes. And I'm telling you, I've been manifesting since I was I believe since I was like 14, I've been manifesting and didn't know I was manifesting. And I now know that the things that I did manifest that came out correct, I always go back to what did I feel? How did I do that? Because that also helps you. That's why they tell you start with little things first, so you can get used to the feeling of feeling that vibration, that high vibration, being happy about it and things like that. Because it does help those things come into your life. So let me know, people, what have you manifested in your life? How have you manifested? Share this, because sharing is caring. If you think this will help someone, things not to do when you're manifesting. It should never feel to you an urgency to have, ever. It should feel smooth. And the affirmations will help you trick your subconscious mind to what you have been programmed to think that you can have. It will help you. That's why, like, mirror work is a beautiful thing. When you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're telling yourself, I have this, I am this, everything that you want to see, because you're looking at yourself in your eyes and you are making you believe and know that, yeah, you do deserve this. You do deserve a damn house. Shit, if you want a house that's paid in full, then you deserve that too. And you telling yourself every day in the morning, girl, today's gonna be a great day. That house you've been wanting, there you go. Look at you moving in next week in that perfect house, in that perfect neighborhood. Look at you at the perfect price that you can afford. Manifesting, people, is real, but you have to know how to do it so you don't bring more headaches into your life like I have, okay? So let me know if this helped. If you like this video, I'm going to be making more videos about manifesting. I'm going to go through different things that I have manifested and things that have happened, and I will be going way back in things that have happened to me even from young, because I do know that I've been manifesting for a long time, people. So let me know what you think, and share this out. Sharing is caring if you think it'll help someone. And as always, my friends, thank you for all the love and support, and I salute the divinity within all of you. Bye now.